Hi guys, girls, welcome back to the channel. Today all I'm going to do is just a recap of my week. So I've had the Royal Enfield Continental GT650 for a couple of weeks now, and I feel like I've done everything with it that I possibly can. So this video is just really recapping that and just my overall, just really an evaluation of the last couple of weeks with that bike. So I'll tell you the good bits, the bad bits, and everything in between, so stay with me. First things first, the bike itself, love the looks of it. I do. I have since I picked it up. Great looking machine. I've used it over the last couple of weeks, how I'd use my own bikes. So yeah, we'll just crack straight on. First thing I did was take it to a bike meet. So here's a little clip of that. What I'm doing tonight is there's a bike meet on at Eccleston Delph, and yeah, I'm just taking the bike over there. Taking this bike today means I get to test it for the first time on the motorway. Oh, is that Taft's missus I've just seen? Hello? I'm alright. I'm always bloody late. Always. See you later. On motorway for the first time, and it's actually alright, you know. I know the speed's been reduced to 60 mile an hour, but it's comfortable. I'm holding 60 mile an hour. It's a little bit windy because there's no wind protection, but it is what it is. I'm more than happy and very, yeah, it's comfortable. And then there is Mr. Two Wheels in front, who is using his engine guards as some kind of cruiser peg. Yeah, I can't believe I did that. I know, tell me about it. I'll just go outside here. Yeah, I can't believe I just did that. I missed it again because I come past it. Yeah, well, I seen cameraman, didn't I, and went straight bloody past him because I thought, oh, I'll take the corner well there, and carried on, and then got up there, up road. I thought, no, I should have turned there. A decent meeting today, loads of people, and someone still set their alarm off. Awesome. In fact, yeah, decent that. That was a nice little ride out, to be fair. It was probably only about half an hour's worth of a ride to get there, but it was enjoyable. No issues, no pain, just a nice ride. Next thing I've done is take it for the work commute. So a little bit further this time, so about an hour-ish the ride there and an hour ride back. So I'll show you how I got on there. Right then, ride to work. Let's see what this is like on the motorway for a proper long journey. It's a night shift. Nice and sunny now, but we'll see what it's like in the morning. Not looking forward to that bit, but I've got to see what the bike's like, haven't I? It's got to be done. It's what I'd use it for if it was my own. Now hopefully there isn't any wind noise, but if there is, apologies. It's bloody roasting. I've got the visor up and yeah, I just need to get some air in. Even though I'm going to work for a night shift, it's late. What a horrific place for a 3-point turn. This is going to be a big test for this bike. Oh, well, I suppose it's a big test for me, because this is the kind of stuff that I do day in, day out. Certainly more than the long rides or the ride outs with mates. This is kind of, I suppose, the bread and butter ride, really, to see whether or not I could live with it. And that's just because this is what I use my bikes for, certainly a lot during the summer months, because I do ride all year round, but I don't necessarily ride to work all year round, just purely because I work in an office and I don't want to get there soaked, and I can't be bothered with all of the winter kit on before I go to work. So yeah, it's much easier to do in the summertime when it's nice and dry. It has been nice and sunny all week as well, but this is the first time taking it to work. So yeah, I wanted you to join me for the ride, so to speak. The big one for me is going to be the motorway. I've done a little stint on the motorway, but no more than maybe 10-15 minutes so far. And because of the position of it, because you're leant forward, it is going to be a big test for it today, because I usually do around 35 to 40 minutes motorway journey on the way to work. So yeah, it's a little bit longer than I've done already. There is no wind protection. So doing the speed that I'm doing now, we're doing 50 miles an hour. I'm not being windswept or anything. It's fairly pleasant. I've done national speed limit roads around the 50-60 mile an hour mark quite a bit with this bike, to be fair, already. And I think that's where it's really at home. That's where I think I've enjoyed it the most so far. And 60 mile an hour, little to no change as far as wind goes. But again, I've done this before, 60 mile an hour nationals for the UK. It's actually a really nice position to sit in on this bike, because we're on 4,000 revs. I'm not feeling windswept. It's quite a warm day. Even still now, it's like 7:30 in the evening, but it's still quite warm and dry. Oh, it's amazing. I do love when the summer comes. It's the best time to ride. We'll take her up to 70 mile an hour and we'll see if there's any difference there. So 70 mile an hour now, and yeah, there is a little bit more wind, but do you know, it isn't unbearable. It's not something that would actually put me off doing this on a longer journey, so I think I'm going to have to try that on my days off. Oh, something glorious though about riding in the sunshine, isn't there? Even in the evening like this. Heading into Manchester city centre. Let's have a look, see what that's like. Get a bit more filtering done, I think. Now we'll see what it's like on the slow speed filtering. It's certainly easy enough to move around from side to side and a bit of a wiggle. and this is the kind of chaos you expect from Manchester. But it's okay, because on a bike you can sneak through the lot of the bad drivers that are lurking about. Let's see. The last time I did this route on a bike, I did find that there was a lot of the let's get out into the middle of the road to stop the bikes from getting past. There was a lot of that happening. I'm small enough and they're going too slow for my liking. I don't get it. 30 mile an hour road and they're just bimbling along at 20 something. Fools and more fools. But if it's safe to do it, I say. Sometimes it's less safe not to do it, because when you've got an idiot who's going too slow for the road, it's only a matter of time before a car pops up and tries to overtake them at a stupid point. And that's me done in work. I'm working for fuel. Again, really good, that type of journey, that kind of distance and time. Really enjoyable bike to ride. Fine for a little bit of motorway. No issues at all. No pain in my wrist, no pain in the back, no pain, full stop. So it was very good for that. But that brings me to, I would say, the big negative about the bike. So the biggest test was I went on a ride to the Lake District. So where I am in the northwest, it's around an hour and 45 minutes there or thereabouts down the motorway. Sorry, getting my geography mixed up the motorway. So we're going up, heading in the direction of the north and heading towards Scotland. But it's about an hour and 45 thereabouts motorway. That was fairly brutal for the bike. Or actually, no, not for the bike. The bike got well. Fairly brutal for me. The wrist pain really started to set in. So did the back pain. But the big thing, the pain, was from the seat. Because the seat's narrow, it's not as plush as what I'm used to. And yeah, I was in a lot of pain by the time I got to the lakes. We'll pick it up from there and then we'll talk some more after that. So we've had a little ride to the Lake District today, and yeah, I wanted to take the Royal Enfield Continental because I wanted to see what it's like for longer journeys. I've not had a chance yet to take it on anything more than about 30-40 mile rides. So today, yeah, so far it's been all right. Not so keen on the motorway, I'm going to be honest, because the motorway was killing me wrist after a while and my backside. That seat, yeah, because you're not moving around, you're just in a straight line, not the greatest. But since we've got off the motorway and we've hit the twisties, it's come alive. Wrist ache. But it's worth it. Have a look at where we are now. I'm with Sean today, who is out on his Benelli 702. And for anybody who comes round here, that's the Kirkstone Pass Inn. Don't think it's been open for a while, that one. Bit gutted really, I quite fancied an ice cream. This is Vosges Rally 300 territory, this. Oh, view. Now we're talking racetrack. This does look like it's got a fairly new road surface on. I'm sure last time I come here the road quality weren't the best. I mean, it's still gorgeous views and stuff, but the road quality looks like it's improved massively. Proper little racetrack. It's just all this loose stone every now and then, and you just got to watch for. But what a view! It's definitely where this bike lives. This kind of road is just, it's just a joy. Making the most of like the bends, and it's just awesome to just throw around. It's just so light to just take on these little corners. Now this is what you should be doing on your days off. Yeah, it's not bad. A couple of 100 miles to get fish and chips. It's what bikers do.
Just for information, this on the right is like a low rise
Ullswater. It's just gorgeous. Taking the sights. Oh, it's beautiful. I'm more impressed with like the road quality, because I thought it was going to be a little bit more like unadopted road bumpy, but it's not. It's really, really nice. I do love that as well, you know, when you're just literally in the middle of nowhere and you just come across hop in for lunch and a drink, like just a random like pub or an inn or something where you can just go in. Stopping for a cold drink. Nice. It's definitely at its happy place going round these bends rather than just a straight motorway or anything like that. Definitely suits this better. Ultimately, with that ride out, because it was a long day, that I was probably riding for about 8 hours during the day. That included hour and 45 then all around the twisty roads, which was brilliant. That's where the pain stopped a little bit, because you weren't just you weren't moving on the motorway, but once it come to the twisties and you were moving around the bike a little bit more, the pain disappeared. That's when the fun really happened. That's where the bike just excels. As soon as you get into the twisty bits, going up, going down, doing the tight turns, long bends, it's just a pleasure to ride. And I had an absolute scream doing that, but then I had to come home, so then I had the same hour 40 of just fairly central with the odd bit of movement. So I was having to constantly just like move around in the seat, having to just move as much as I could in the seat, but I was still in quite a lot of pain by the time I got home. And I want to just reference this, that I go on a lot of long ride outs, and the last time I did this kind of test where I took it over to the lakes was on the Morbidelli, the C1002V, the cruiser. And I did similar kind of day, similar hours in the seat, but I got back from that bike and it was a joy, no pain, nothing, just a pleasant day's ride. Whereas, yeah, I was aching a bit after this one. So my conclusion really with the bike is that brilliant for short journeys, brilliant for half a day's ride, but if you're gonna go out for the day, make sure you pick just one where you're going to be moving around a lot. Typical sports bike, really. Moving around a lot, moving all over the bike, you're fine. But those long, straight motorway roads, just no, not for me. Since I picked the bike up and I was raving about it being at like over £2,000 cheaper than it should be, well, since I picked the bike up, it's been reduced another £200, I believe. So it's like pretty much rock bottom price. So I can't see MotoGP making any money from the bikes. They just want to get the room in the warehouses, so they're just selling them to get rid of them at this point, which is just an absolute winner if you're looking for one of these bikes. I've loved my time with it, apart from the pain. Yeah, conclusion is, depending what you're looking for on a bike, Continental, brilliant, fun machine for the twisty roads, not the greatest on the motorway. So as far as the motorway goes, if you're going to be doing a lot of that, then stay away from the Continental. However, if you're using it for the days out riding where you're going to be doing the twisties, amazing bike. It's not as fast as a sports bike or what you'd call a modern day sports bike, but you can have just so much fun throwing it around because it is just lovely. I think looking back at my video of the Lake District ride, the amount of times I've just gone, oh, this is awesome, this is lovely, this is amazing, every time I get to the bends, because it does give you loads of confidence on the bends and you don't have to go quick to enjoy it. So it's awesome for that, but it has got downsides. That's going to do me. I know it's different to my usual format, but these long term as always are, because I'm not just picking it up at the bike shop, taking it back to the bike shop. This bike's been treated as my own and I've used it for what I'd use my bikes for. And me personally, I usually only have like 2 bikes or 3 bikes at most. And to have a bike to off-road, to have a bike for a tour, and to have a bike for just a bit of a play on, that it fits in the play category for me. And it does, because a few hours playing on that, I've loved it. For the local twisty roads and stuff, it's amazing. It really is amazing, and I would recommend it if you were looking at a bike for that, 100%, because at a little over £4,000 now, I mean 125cc motorbikes, some of those more expensive than this. Again, I'm just flabbergasted by the value of it. So yes, if it's something that interests you, head over to Intermoto and have a look. The one that I've took out, I'm sure will be in the shop for a while, so you can jump on and see how it feels for you. But also, if you are looking at a different Royal Enfield, the bikes that are available are still showing on Intermoto's website, so I'll put a link in the description for that. And yeah, take a look. They've got all the available colours and everything on there. But yeah, I mean, I feel exactly the same now as I did the first day I picked it up, which is a massive dose of sadness that I haven't got that sort of money lying around that I could just go out and buy an Interceptor straight away, or one of these. Life choices, we live and learn. Anyway, that's going to do me. Catch you on the next one. Laters.